Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Lanturn! Lanturn, one of the mini Pokemon that got a big update with Pokemon Go Battle League Season 12. Ever since I heard that it was getting Surf, I knew that that would be a massive game changer for it, as water-type damage can be quite valuable in the Open Great League, and Lanturn's only charge attack, water-type charge attack was always Hydro Pump, which had always had a massive energy cost. So Surf, much needed update for Lanturn. And also on this team, we've got Stunfisk on the Safe Swap, but not the Stunfisk you're used to seeing, my friends. This is the original Unova Stunfisk. I wanted some added coverage for flyers. And Unova Stunfisk is really nice, very spammy, very bulky, makes for a very solid safe swap. And also on this team, we got good old Venusaur on the lead. Venusaur is here to protect our back two Pokemon from the grass types, while the back two Pokemon protect Venusaur from the very strong flyers and fire types. Classic ABB style team in the Great League. Before we dive into the featured set of the video, we are starting things off with some bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun. And here we go, picking up a Sableye lead, pretty neutral lead. We do win CMP ties, so this is a relatively positive matchup for us. So we're going to look to put the pressure on this little goblin here with a hard-hitting Frenzy Plant, and of course they shield. Sableye does not want to tank a Frenzy Plant from Venusaur. It does hit like a truck. They are loaded on energy. They've got back-to-back foul plays here. So we're going to try and throw in the CMP tie, but they catch it onto a Drapion. What a catch. Catching that resisted damage. So I'm thinking, okay, all right, you like the catch. That's fine. You know what? We can do that catching nonsense as well. You gotta give it right back to him, my friends. You got an opponent catching moves on you. You gotta give it right back if you can. So we do catch that crunch onto our Stunfisk, and as you can see, Unova Stunfisk every bit as bulky as its Galarian counterpart. We tank another one, no problem. And I like Stunfisk because it is slightly spammier than G-Fisk. And we undercharged there because we realized we wanted some additional farm to threaten this little goblin here even more. Gonna go for the discharge. That should be your primary mode of attack so long as it's not resisted. And they let that go. That is fine. And we're gonna look to go for the Mud Bomb, and they catch again. Holy smokes! This little goblin here is like a slippery little frog slipping out, catching our moves. That's okay. We had loaded energy on our Venusaur. They caught that onto a Cofagrigus, and they're going to catch another hard-hitting Frenzy Plant. That did a lot of damage. Venusaur is quite the wrecking ball in the Great League. And we get to another Frenzy Plant. Going to force that final shield if they want to hang on to that energy, and they're going to look to farm us down. So, gonna throw the low health Stunfisk in here to soak this damage. We knew that they could not quite farm down, and they do throw their energy. So now it's all up to Lanturn to clean this game up. That Sableye hanging on by a thread. This Sableye is absolutely loaded. They can throw all the returns they want because we are quite bulky as well. And we get to the Surf. I'm telling you guys, Surf comes in super clutch, as it is a massive update for Lanturn, allowing it to do better things in the Great League. Lanturn coming in super clutch, cleaning up the end game. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Rank 1 Lanturn can tank the damage for sure. Lanturn is a tanky boy. You'd love to see it. But here we go, picking up a somewhat positive lead in Medicham. The Medicham is such a problem. You would think that this would be an amazing lead, poison type on the fighter, but no, Medicham can fight back with super effective charge moves in the form of Ice Punch and Psychic. We tried to catch the Psychic there, speaking of, but they just kept on farming, probably expecting a catch. they hit us with a super effective Ice Punch and make a play into a Vigoroth. So we had some loaded energy. Gonna throw the Discharge. Like I said, Discharge does more base damage than Mud Bomb. You really want to be throwing Discharge as your primary mode of attack. Again, of course, unless it's resisted. And we do tank the Body Slam there. Gonna go for another Discharge here and see what this Vigoroth wants to do. And they let it go. Of course they can. No need to really shield there. But they did let their Vigoroth get relatively low, which is nice farm down range for our Venusaur. So we are going to play with that in mind. Going to come back in with Venusaur here. And we know that we're going to have to shield up a Body Slam. We are at about 50% health. Body Slam would be getting us quite low. So we do shield there. They make an aggressive play back in the Medicham. Couldn't quite make up my mind in time if I wanted to catch the Ice Punch or throw the Frenzy Plant. The game made the choice for me, and that is fine. We did grab a shield there. So now what we're going to do is look to set up a catch here. We're going to try and catch some resisted damage, and we do. They throw the Ice Punch, I believe. I was hoping at the time, and it is the Ice Punch, catching resisted damage. I'd love to see it. Going to farm down, and we know that they have that low health Vigoroth left in the back, so we do need to keep that in mind. It's a Alolan Ninetales running Powder Snow. So, gonna look to bait with a Surf, and they let it go. That does quite a bit of damage, though, Surf. Very nice move, and they tried to catch on that low health Vigoroth. Not falling for that. And this, our opponent's holding on to that shield for dear life, so we go for the big move, expecting them to no shield, thinking it was another Surf. And they are at Dazzling Gleam Energy, but like I said, Lanturn's a tanky boy, tanks that no problem. We throw Venu in here just to farm down. Oh man, this team was proving to be quite strong and a lot of fun. That's going to be a good game. Well played. I'm telling you guys, Lanturn getting Surf is a massive game changer for it. Gives it so much play in the Great League. And here we go. Shadow Nidoqueen lead. Terrible lead. We go into Lanturn, and they meet us with a Trevenant. Oh, this game. This battle was quite frustrating. Not only because we're getting RPS'd here, but I did not play my best in this battle, on top of getting hard countered. So if you're met with a Trevenant and you're on Lanturn, you'll want to go for the Thunderbolt if you can. It's going to do more raw damage. Both of your moves are resisted. We're just trying to get in as much damage as we possibly can on this Trevenant. And we did get it within the red, so they finally decide to throw. And of course, we're going to come back in with our Venusaur, but we can't quite farm down. Not wanting to give them a shield advantage, we decide to call it, and they hit us with a massive Shadow Ball. Oh my gosh. And it's just about over. This Trevenant is running circles around us. Tanking that Shadow Ball completely turned the tides of this match. We're going to try our very best to make something happen with our Unova Stunfisk. We shield, thinking that they had no reason to not throw the Earth Power, and they bait again. Oh, this battle got me so tilted. I had to take a break after this one. We go for the Mud Bomb there, and they shield. And we get some lag to add insult to injury, excuse me. And I'm thinking, if you're gonna Earth Power, just go for it. It's just about over anyways. Luckily, they just went for another Poison Fang bait. We're gonna go for another Mud Bomb here and try and take out this Nidoqueen. It wouldn't have KO'd. They didn't need a shield, and they've got Medicham in the back. And our Poison type Venusaur ate a big Shadow Ball to the face. Not healthy enough to handle this Medicham. It is just about lights out for us, my friends. Thought about top lefting there, but for some reason decided against it. I don't know why, because there is no hope of winning this match. We let the Ice Punch go, and we could not quite get that one done. But yeah, can't win them all. That's going to be a good game. Well played. I had a blast with those bonus battles. As we move into the featured set of the video, we are picking up a Trevenant lead. So with this team, if you're going to be faced with a Trevenant, this is exactly where you want to see it, on the lead on your Venusaur. So I'm going to go right for the Sludge Bomb. They might tank it because they can, and they have fallen into our trap. That's what we needed. We wanted to get that big damage on the Trevenant. That is massive because it's now within a manageable health range. Gonna look to catch a potential Shadow Ball, as they did bait us with a Seed Bomb. They usually go for the Shadow Ball, and we catch that on our bulky, tanky Stunfisk as they make a play into an Azumarill. So whenever you see a Trevenant lead, you've got to be thinking of the most common team that you see with Trevenant on the lead, and that is with Azumarill and Galarian Stunfisk in the back. So we are playing with that in mind. We are spamming this Azumarill with discharges just as fast as we get to them. We did get a shield on the first one, and they let the second one go. They realize they're not going to quite be able to farm down without us getting to another move, so they decide to throw a Play Rough. So now what we're going to do, we could absolutely come in with Venusaur, but we don't know if they're running Ice Beam. The safer play for sure is to come in with our Electric-type Lanturn onto Azumarill. Lanturn has a very positive matchup up against Azu, and we tank that damage, no problem. Like I said, Lanturn quite bulky. Gonna load up on energy and throw the Thunderbolt here. This will definitely be enough to KO, and it is. They come back in with the Trevenant. We had loaded energy. All we need is a Surf to take out the Trevenant, and we are fully expecting a G-Fisk in the bag. There it is, right on cue. And again, this is where Surf comes in super clutch. I cannot express how much of a massive game changer that is for Lanturn. Doing loads of super effective damage to the very tanky G-Fisk here. Gonna shield this up. They could just go right for the Hail Mary, but no, they bait with a Rock Slide. That is unfortunate. We get to another Surf, and they don't have to shield this. We are doing virtually no damage with our fast move, and they wisely choose to no shield that. And they go for another Rock Slide. So now it's Venusaur time. We are still relatively healthy, and we have loaded energy for this G-Fisk here. Gonna go for Frenzy Plant number 1 here. This will absolutely have to get that final shield. And now we absolutely outpaced the Frenzy Plant number 2. Oh man, this team, I'm telling you, quite strong as we say bye-bye to the G-Fisk. Venusaur coming in super clutch with no shields, taking out the G-Fisk. That's gonna be a good game. Well played. Rank 1 Lanturn coming in super clutch in that last battle, but here we go, picking up a positive lead and a nice shiny Raichu. They make an aggressive play into Marowak, and it is Lanturn time yet again. Here we go. Lanturn is the Pokemon you want on a fire type like Alolan Marowak. As with our water typing, we are resisting this fast move pressure, and like I said before, we tank damage for days. Gonna go for the Surf. This is another matchup where Surf is massive for Lanturn because back in the day when it didn't have Surf and only had Hydro Pump, they would see it coming from a mile away, and Thunderbolt is just not a bait move. You know, it basically only had nuke moves. So this is why Surf is massive. We've got both of those shields. Gonna shield up this next Shadow Bone and look to get to another Surf. This will not quite KO, as a little Marowak has some decent bulk, but it does put it within a nice farm down range for us. Can we get the farm down? And we do. And they come back in with a nice shiny Raichu. Gonna go for a Surf. Of course, Thunderbolt would be resisted, but probably, honestly, would still do quite a bit of damage, as Raichu is not known for its bulk. It does hit quite hard, and gonna let this go, and of course come back in with Venusaur. Of course, with our grass typing, we are resisting everything from this Raichu. Even Brick Break, because we are poison as well. This Raichu can do nothing to our Venusaur. They go for a Thunder Punch. Gonna put this little thing out of its misery. It does not stand a chance, as we say bye-bye to the Raichu. What else you got? Oranguru running the wrong move, and right to this very moment, guys, I don't know what fast move this is. I should have looked it up. I didn't look it up. I forgot that this thing was running something other than Confusion. I don't know what that animation is. Maybe some of you can let me know in the comments, but it's over as we say bye-bye to the big orangutan. Venusaur cleaning up the game beautifully. Stunfisk didn't even see the field. Venu and Lanturn going 2v3. You'd love to see it. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Lanturn, no longer on the fringes of the meta. It's moving more and more toward the center. And here we go. The Dream Lead and Swampert. They make a play into Altaria. So coming in with Lanturn here. This is still a bit of a tricky matchup as Altaria is quite bulky and it only takes neutral damage. So we go for the Thunderbolt, of course. Another reason why we came in on Lanturn is because it hits a little harder than our Unova Stunfisk. Yes, we know that this Sky attack is resisted with our electric typing, but it's the Dragon Breath! OP Dragon Breath, fast move pressure that we have to be mindful of and concerned of. So we will let this second one go through. And going to look to bait here on this Altaria. Knowing that we have a Venusaur in the back, I'm thinking they want to preserve some health, and they do. They shield, so going to build up to another Thunderbolt and bait with another Surf. They could let this one go, but it would be getting them quite low, and we get the second shield. That is amazing. So we've got a one shield advantage. Gonna do something a little questionable here. We throw Venu in to get a couple of Vine Whips because we wanted to have an energy lead on whatever they have left in the back. We know for sure that there is a Swampert, so we're just going to soak all the damage on our Unova Stunfisk and put all the hope and faith in the Venusaur to bring it home for us. We, of course, are resisting these Sky attacks. We're going to overload as much as we dare and go for the discharge here. We will have loaded energy for whatever they decide to bring back in. It's a Trevenant! Oh, holy smokes. Trevenant can be a handful, so going to go for the discharge. It's not much of a handful when it doesn't have shields. Trevenant, of course, performs at its best with shields, preferably a shield advantage. So we are playing with that in mind and slowly but surely chipping away at the Trevenant. We've got this thing just about within resisted Frenzy Plant range. They were over farming for days as we say bye-bye to the Trevenant. And here we go. Venusaur says, come here, boy. We've got this Frenzy Plant here for you. Swampert with no shields up against Venusaur is crying as we say bye-bye to the Swampert. Venusaur coming in super clutch, taking out the Trevenant and the Swampert with a shield to spare. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Oh, let me tell you, there is nothing more satisfying than one-shotting those pesky Swamperts. You'd love to see it, but here we go. Umbreon on the lead. Pretty neutral lead. We do have to be concerned of a potential Community Day Psychic Umbreon, and they are building up past the foul play as most Umbreons do, so we're not messing around, not risking it, not looking to give them a shield advantage. We're catching this damage onto our Unova Stunfisk, and they were going to go foul play, so that's fine. They meet our Stunfisk with a Toxicroak. So this is where Unova Stunfisk can be quite nice because we can get to Mud Bombs that have stab at a very fast rate with Thundershock. They get to a Mud Bomb of their own, speaking of, and we do shield that because we did have the energy lead on this Toxicroak. So we're going to make them think long and hard. Do they want to go down on shields or do they want to let it go? They let it go. That is amazing. They come back. They come in with a Wigglytuff. So this is amazing, guys. Unova Stunfisk coming in clutch, flip and switch, allowing us to align our Venusaur onto this pink marshmallow known as Wigglytuff. They, of course, do Charm Down, but we've got just the answer for this Wigglytuff here. Gonna overload a little bit and look to go for a Frenzy Plant. That's all we need. You don't need to go for the Sludge Bomb, although it is super effective. That's more than enough to say bye-bye to the Wigglytuff. And they are now putting all of the hope and faith into their Umbreon. We still have a fully healthy Lanturn in the back. We are just about in cruise control here. Gonna let this go. We don't really need to be concerned at this point for a Psychic. Looks like they're not running Psychic, and we're gonna really put the pressure on them. Try and get to a Frenzy Plant. And we could have absolutely shielded this and ended it with Venusaur, but guys, this is a Lanturn feature. We let Venusaur go down to allow Lanturn to close the game strong for us, bring it home. We tank damage for days. Gonna one shield flex on this poor Umbreon here. Gonna throw the Thunderbolt here. Put this Umbreon out of its misery as we say bye-bye to the Umbreon. Lanturn had to see some action, guys, as it cleans up the endgame beautifully. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Rank 1 Lanturn with Surf did not disappoint, my friends. And here we go. This is deja vu. Another shiny Swampert lead. You'd love to see it. And they make a play into a Kingdra. You don't have to see these in the Great League, so gonna look to put the pressure on it with a Frenzy Plant, and now we're gonna make a play into our Unova Stunfisk here. Now, we did let this Kingdra get well ahead on energy. That was definitely outrage energy, and we shielded correctly. That is amazing. So gonna go for the discharge here. Again, it does hit for neutral damage, as it is part dragon, making neutralizing the damage. What would be super effective becomes neutral. So we're going to go for another discharge here. Like I said, discharge is the primary mode of attack unless it is resisted. And this thing is farming for days. Holy smokes. Are they trying to nuke us with another outrage? We shield out of caution and we shield correctly yet again. We are now in the driver's seat, my friends. Stunfisk coming in clutch yet again. Flip and switch advantage for us. You'd love to see it. But we're not out of the woods just yet because we are in perfect farm down range for the Swampert. And Swampert can absolutely fight back against Venusaur with a potential earthquake or sludge wave. So going to do our best here. We don't want to give up alignment. We're not going to swap out. We're just going to throw as many of these mud bombs as we can possibly get to. We get to another one just as they're farming us down. And holy smokes, Stunfisk putting in the work, taking out the Kingdra, getting the Swampert low. And now, here we go. The moment of truth. We are not healthy enough to tank this. That's okay. We tank that to the face for Lanturn. We will get to this sludge wave. A surf. They needed a sludge wave to do any meaningful damage on us. We take it out, and what do they got? A Clefable. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm a little nervous here, guys. We're going to go for this big Thunderbolt, of course. When shields are down, you go for the big hard-hitting move with stabbing. Oh, that does a lot of damage. Lanturn, rank 1. Can we come and clutch here? Can Lanturn clutch this for us? I'm thinking, come on, rank 1 Lanturn. Take it out, bring it home, and it does. Oh, my goodness. Rank 1 Lanturn, guys, coming in super clutch, withstanding those charms with stab long enough to close the game strong and bring it home for us. How fitting, guys. Lanturn closing it out in the final battle of the video. You'd love to see it. And that is the team, my friends. Good game, well played to our opponent. And as you can see, this team was quite effective in the Great League. Not only was it effective, but I had a lot of fun with it, guys. It's a classic ABB line. All of the moving parts complement each other beautifully. You've got a nice grass type on the lead, poison grass type to handle any opposing grass types for our back line, and the two Pokemon in the back protect Venusaur from the fire types, and they have play up against steel types as well. So very solid team for Lanturn. I had a lot of fun with it. Guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.